Welcome back to InRide.com's Hi-Def High School, and now, we're coming down to the end of the season. We've seen some awesome football this year, and we're going to choose some winners of most valuable, most impactful people that happened this year, the Hi-Def Highsman, Chad.
Joe, the reason why both you and I do this is to be able to showcase student athletes, and no better way to do that than with our Hi-Def Highsman. Of course, we're taking a look at the top student athletes from DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We're going to give out a trophy, and you will be honored. The voting is going to go down in 3 different ways. Of course, Joe and I will get a vote. We're going to have some coaches from your region giving a vote out as well. But maybe the most impactful way is the vote is going down on social media. Tune in to @RealChadRicardo coming up on Monday. We're going to start this voting with both Joe's 4 from each region as well as my 4. We'll break that down and then get to our finalists. It's all going down on Twitter next week.
And we need you to participate, so you are going to make a difference in this little race for the Hi-Def Highsman. Without further ado, let's go to Chad's first picks. Chad, why don't you start the nomination process? We'll head to the district.
Let's head to the district, the DCSAA. We'll begin with Juan Pratt, running back coming out of Roosevelt. He led the DCSAA as well as the DCIAA in rushing this year. I know that you liked Juan Pratt. One of his counterparts, Daquan Harvin from Dunbar, one of the truly most special student athletes that I've had an opportunity to watch. And then moving up to the Class A DCSAA champs, we got to go with Robbie Engelberg, wide receiver, son of Coach Michael Engelberg. He is a UVA commit. Robbie Engelberg did a lot of great work. And then my final nomination in DC is Wyatt, don't call me the Red Rocket of an Arm, Hagan, quarterback for that undefeated St. John's team.
Hey, let's stay in DC. My picks, let's start out the same place. St. John's, DJ Lincolns.
Yeah.
He's my #1 player. He wanted it. I'm going for it. DJ, I want to give it to you. And Chad went to Roosevelt. I love that team. I'm staying right there. Sophomore quarterback Khalil Wilkins, he's a stud. Going back to the best team in DC, best team in the DMV potentially, our #1, St. John's, Jamar Curtis. This guy, he packs a huge blow in a smaller package. Love that guy. And it would be a travesty to not go to Archbishop Carroll this year. Huge season, probably the best in school history. Nick Harbor, big impact. And of course, Chad, I'm about guys who had an impact on the outcome final of their season. Let's go to Maryland.
Let's take a look at Maryland. Joe Ball, I have made no secret about this all year long. My list starts with Jaden Saray.
Starts and ends.
Quarterback out of Wise. Of course, Wise was unable to get it done in that championship game, but that doesn't take away from the season, the leadership that he has had, and the career that Jaden Saray has put forward. Now taking a look at the team that knocked them off, of course, the Quince Orchard Cougars. They are your Maryland 4A state champions, and for that reason, they get 2 nominations from me, Joe Ball. Beginning with Donovan Brown, Mr. Do-It-Everything, whether he's returning kicks, whether he's playing wide receiver or the Wildcat, Donovan Brown gets it done all over the field. And then I had to go to number 21. You know, the 21s who play defense having a chance of winning the Heisman every year.
Oh, yeah.
We're speaking of Jalen Husky. Jalen Husky, truly the heart and soul of this team from, again, the defensive perspective as well as the special teams. Jalen Husky gets a nomination. And then we're going to close this out with the man Neo Avery. Neo Avery, a student athlete who began the year at quarterback, ended up moving over to defensive end and became one of the top edge rushers in the country. Neo Avery is talented. Those are my 4 Maryland nominations.
And you know what? Chad's got 2 from Quince Orchard. Let's go 3. Woo. I'll tell you what. I spoke to this young man after the game, after that Maryland State title game, and I said, you know what, buddy, there's been a lot of talk about #2. You just led your team to a state title game. Savon Briggs, outstanding performance. He delivered the ball to all of those studs in that Maryland State title game. He's my pick for the Hi-Def Highsman. Let's go to DeMatha over in Hyattsville. KJ Winston, this young man, like a college athlete among high school boys. He is a stud. And then the Northwest Jaguars came pretty dang close to that state title game. Daryl Harper, touchdown Daryl Harper, I'll call him. He was amazing this year. And way down in Calvert County, Northern High School, Tyler Baskett, I'm talking about results, took that team to a state title game this year. They had a lot of talent, but that young man might be the best player on that football team. Chad, let's go to Virginia.
Picking up in Virginia, Joe Ball, I'm going to take it to running backs. Two of the best ones in the state play right here in Northern Virginia. It all begins with Alex Dredge, big-time running back for the Madison Warhawks. We saw him during the spring. That's when he initially caught my eye. I don't know that I've seen a running back have as complete of a season as Alex Dredge. A young man who may have put up better numbers than Alex Dredge is Isaiah Ragland. He is the tailback at Centerville. One of the greatest things about him is over 2,300 yards from scrimmage, nearly 30 touchdowns, and he's only a junior. Isaiah Ragland.
He's coming back.
Third up is my main man, Brett Griffiths, quarterback of Broad Run. Had an opportunity to watch him for the last couple of years. Of course, he's playing for that state championship game today. But Joe Ball, what he means to that team is more than just about anybody else on these lists. So Brett Griffiths gets my nomination. And my final nomination goes to a true savant out there on the football field. This is defensive back Zach Lang. Stonebridge is undefeated. They've got a good chance of winning the state. A good chance of that is their defense. Zach Lang, one of the best defensive backs in all of the DMV.
You know, I love that you went with a defensive player. I'm going to go with a defensive player who turned quarterback this year on that same Stonebridge Bulldog team, Jacob Thomas, leading that offense this year. He'll be in the state title game today. Also playing quarterback today in a state title game, the Madison Warhawks, Connor Berry. This young man led that offense to precision all year long. He has willed himself to become an awesome quarterback, starting just in his second year as a quarterback. Over at South County, a player we've talked about all year long. Chad, you talked about giving it to him last week.
No list is complete without the young man Brock Spalding. What a season, what a career.
Yeah, I love Brock Spalding. He is on my list. And let's go to Lake Braddock. Love this guy, D. Lips. Daniel Lipovsky, probably one of the most talented quarterbacks, did have a huge impact on that team. I think they went further than they might have without him. But that's our list. Now, we want you to participate. Remember, Monday, pay attention, at Real Chad Ricardo on Twitter. You're going to vote. You're going to participate. You're going to help us choose the inaugural 2021 Hi-Def Highsman Awards.
It's exciting.